Well, good morning. We are visiting Falls Creek Falls Campground in Tennessee. We are about an hour's drive south of Crossville, Tennessee, which is on Highway 40, just at the edge of eastern Tennessee. We have come down here for about a week. It's our first time trip here, and we will be exploring the area and trying to get to know some of the natural beauty of the area, as well as the camping facilities. There's a lake here, and we understand this is one of Tennessee's most popular campground areas due to the facilities and the amenities that are here. So as we go through, we'll photograph it and do a video, but welcome to our trip to Falls Creek Falls, Tennessee. Before we get into a discussion of the campground and campsites and the facilities available here at Fall Creek Falls State Park, I want to let you know that what I've decided to do is to split this video into 3 separate parts due to the amount of video and how much we enjoyed staying here. Video number 1 will cover the campground, the campsites, and the village. Video number 2 will cover the other sites to see here, the amenities, the falls, the rivers, the hikes, those types of things. Video number 3 I've decided to make solely about the hiking trail from the Falls Creek Falls overlook down to the base of the falls. So hope you enjoy the 3 videos. Take a minute and take a look at them. Thanks. We had a very interesting experience last night, or yesterday afternoon, when we arrived here at Falls Creek Falls. After having a little bit of trouble locating the loop that we were staying in, we found the campsite, and the campsite turned out to be difficult for us to park and level the RV. We have a Class C Lazy Days 26 foot. And even though I raised one end of the unit about 8 or so inches, it still was not adequate to get the RV adequately level to stay in and for the equipment to function. So we went to the camp host, and the camp host wasn't very encouraging. He was very nice and polite, but this is the middle of summer here at Falls Creek Falls, and as we said, it's a very popular camping area for the locals. Well, he sent us over to the visitor centers to see if there was anything they could do to change campsites, which he doubted seriously. We were very pleasantly surprised to find out that there was an alternative, and the young ladies at the visitor center, who were very sweet, very nice young gals, and the supervisor was able to put us into a vacant host site that is nice and flat and large and just a wonderful site. The only downside to this site at all is that we are fairly close to the one of the main roads that goes through the park, but we'll live with that. We were planning on heading back home if we couldn't get a better campsite than the one that we had. So far, the people here have been very good to us. They've taken care of us. They accommodated us. Couldn't ask for much more than that. Our campground was large, as you can see. Had plenty of room for parking and our screen tent. It had the basic amenities. And we certainly had no problem parking it. It was very flat. Access was just wonderful. That's not necessarily true for the whole campground. As we indicated with our initial site, we had a little bit of a problem due to the slope of the parking area. We couldn't get our RV leveled, but they were very good in helping us get to another site. We appreciate that. Let's talk about the campground in general. Fall Creek Falls State Park is somewhat unique in that it is a blend of natural mountain environment and resort camping. This park is one of Tennessee's largest and most visited state parks. After spending a week there, we understand why it would be very popular with families and other nature lovers. It is very busy during the peak summer period and holidays. Making reservations during these peak seasons a must. The Tennessee State Park website will help in getting your reservations. The state park encompasses about 30,000 acres sprawled across the eastern top of the rugged Cumberland Plateau and is considered part of the Appalachian Mountains. It is filled with cascading rivers, gorges, waterfalls, virgin hardwood forest, and large lake. In that sense, it's all about enjoying nature. Fall Creek Falls, at 256 feet, is one of the highest waterfalls in the eastern United States. Other waterfalls within the park include Piney Falls, Cane Creek Falls, and Cane Creek Cascades. All of these are worth the effort to view from the overlooks or to make a hike. There are more than 56 miles of trails that can be explored within the park. You can rent boats, kayaks, and other watercraft for use on the lake if you're so inclined. You can also launch your own watercraft, but remember, gas engines are not permitted. You can play, swim in the rivers throughout the park. Fall Creek Falls State Park also has a softer side that is closer to resort camping than roughing it in the outback. You can rent cabins for your stay, and many of these cabins are lakeside. The Fall Creek's Fall Golf Course is a popular attraction. This beautiful and challenging 18-hole golf course is one of the best courses in Tennessee. The Park Pro Shop provides golfing supplies, lessons, club rentals, and carts. The Canopy Challenge course at Falls Creek Falls includes over 75 wobbly bridges, rope swings, cargo nets, balance beams, and zip lines of varying difficulties. Participants move through the aerial adventure course connected to a flexible lifeline system that uses smart belay technology to ensure connectivity with the overhead belay cables. At the village, an Olympic-sized swimming pool and wading pool area are available from Memorial Day to Labor Day. Prepared food is available at the Village Pool Snack Bar and at the Falls Creek Falls Golf Course Pro Shop. Groceries are sold at the camp store in the village. Gifts and other souvenirs are available at the 2 gift shops. The park also has 4 playgrounds, 5 covered picnic pavilions that can be reserved for special events. Now, about the campsites. The park has 222 campsites in 5 different areas. All sites have tables, grills, water, and electricity, and are served by 6 bathhouses with hot, cold running water. 92 sites have sewer connections. Some sites will accommodate an RV up to 65 feet in length. Ice and firewood may be purchased year-round in the park. Most campgrounds are accessible by persons with a disability. The park also has 16 primitive sites, meaning they do not include water, electrical hookup, and are for tent camping only. 9 of the primitive sites are walk-in and are set back in the woods several hundred yards from the designated parking areas. Reservations for walk-in sites are only available over the phone. The other 7 primitive sites are park-on sites with parking adjacent to the actual campsite. These 7 sites are located in Area C and are reservable online or over the phone. There is a sanitary dump and water station provided in the park if needed near the RV center. The cost per night can vary depending upon the seasons, and there are senior and other discounts provided. Check the website for the exact numbers and to confirm the availability of sewer at specific campsites. In general, it's about $37 per night. Based upon our experience at the park and what we observed driving around the campground, leveling an RV can be a challenge at some of the campsites. Not a large percentage, but more than normal. Our first site was not functional for our Class C, but the park management did all they could do to find us another workable site, and they did. We appreciate that. We left with high praise for the park management team for their efforts. On the nature side of the park, most of the activities surround the nature side of the park involve scenic trails, rivers, streams, and beautiful waterfalls. If nature is your focus, there are plenty of outdoor scenic sites and trails to keep you busy during your stay. The main waterfalls, Falls Creek Falls, Cane, and Piney, can all be viewed from overlooks that do not require a lot of effort to reach. Piney Overlook is the most difficult, and if you are unstable walking over rocks, etc., you might pass on that overlook. The others will be no problem. Unfortunately, our stay was shortened due to a medical issue, and I did not do the hikes down to the falls at Cane or Piney, so I can't comment on the difficulty of those 2 hikes. If you have done those hikes, please make some comments below as to what you experienced for those who may be interested. I did, however, do the hike from Falls Creek Falls Overlook to the bottom of the falls. It was a short hike in terms of distance, less than a half mile. However, I would rate it as a difficult hike for seniors, especially for those who may need walking assistance or may be unstable climbing over rocks and other objects. It is a steep grade to the bottom with several switchbacks. I know many seniors that could make the hike with little or no issues. However, I know many others who would have a difficult time with the hike. If you were to hurt yourself, it would make for a long day getting back out. Having said that, I saw a lot of families with fairly young children making the hike with little or no concern. Wouldn't want to carry a child back out the trail myself. In addition to the beauty of the trail and the falls themselves, it is common for people to spend the afternoon playing and swimming in the pool at the bottom of the falls. As to the backcountry hikes and longer trails, I simply didn't do any on this trip, so I can't offer much on these. However, I understand that they are worth doing. Maybe someone who has spent some time on these trails can add some information in the comments below. The village and golf course add a unique aspect to the park. The village, that includes a small grocery store, souvenir shop, Olympic-sized swimming pool with a wading pool, ice cream shop / fast food vendor, is located adjacent to the main visitor center across from the golf course. The Canopy Challenge course is also right behind the village next to the swimming pool. It is our understanding that at times they do have live entertainment at the amphitheater, but we didn't see any on this trip. You may notice some Halloween decorations in the video. This is because our medically issued shortened stay during the summer, we returned to the park in late September on a day trip to fill in some of the video we missed in our first trip. The village adds a more civilized tone to the park and provides a break from the camping environment. The Falls Creek Falls Golf Course is a quality 18-hole PGA course that has been listed in Golf's Digest Top 100 multiple times for the state of Tennessee. At the Pro Shop, clubs and carts are available and advanced tee times are required. You can obtain prepared food and drink at the clubhouse at the village. They do have a very nice laundry facility that you can avail yourself of as needed. We've done that at other campsites, and this one is particularly nice. A short walk down the path from the gift shop and the grocery store is the ice cream parlor with the fast food restaurant. Nice outside dining. That is the walkway over to the Navitat type activity, which is the treetops. There's the amphitheater. It's our understanding that they do have some entertainment there on occasion. As we walk over to the bridge, you can see that the Olympic-sized swimming pool comes into view. It's late in the season now, so the pool is closed, and I think it's been closed due to the COVID-19. You see the lake in the background. It's a very beautiful setting. Be a great place to hang out during the hot summer days next to the lake. Well, that's most of the village. As you can see, it's really nice. They've got wonderful pool setting, a lot of activities for teenage kids and just hanging around the pool area. As we begin to make our way back up to the car, just a reminder, I have split this video into 3 parts. This first part covered the campground and the village. The second part will cover the natural aspects of the park, the hiking trails, the waterfalls, and playing in the river. And the third part will be dedicated to the hike from the Fall Creek Falls overlook down to the bottom of the falls, and that'll be a separate video. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have comments, please make them and take a moment to take a look at the other 2 parts to the video. Thank you. Have a great day.